Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News. Today I want to tell you about the exciting progress we're making for gun rights right here in the Valley of the Gun. But before we get started, I want to tell you about the fine mahogany night vision products with custom Corinthian leather trim offered to you by our friends at TNVC.com. Artfully handcrafted by earnest, hard-working Amish operators, TNVC night vision is unique and uncompromising, just like you. If you like seeing stuff more than not seeing stuff, take a look at our sponsor, TNVC.com, your source for quality night vision gear to make you the bump in the night. Last episode, I asked for your help getting HB 1927 passed in Texas, and this episode, I'm asking once again for your help, but this time in Arizona. So far this session, we've been able to stop every single control freak bill and pass several good ones, including a Second Amendment sanctuary bill just signed by the governor last month. Our sanctuary bill will prevent any state, county, or municipal law enforcement resources from being used to enforce any federal law or treaty which is inconsistent with Arizona law. These sanctuary laws are going to be instrumental in fighting federal gun control efforts because the feds simply don't have the resources to enforce their infringements on their own. But we've got several more good bills pending under that gorgeous copper dome, and we need your help to push them through. The first one I want to cover is HB 2551, which would allow concealed carry permit holders to ignore no weapon signs on state, county, and municipal buildings unless the building is screening for weapons and provides secure firearm storage. As you likely know, we are a constitutional carry state already, looking at you, Texas, so permits are not required to carry concealed, but we still issue permits. I have one myself because it allows me to bypass the next check when I buy a gun, and it allows me to carry concealed in other states, and there's also a handful of places where only Arizona CCW permits can carry, such as city parks or bars or restaurants which serve alcohol for consumption so long as you're not drinking. A few years ago, we tried to pass a law which would have made it illegal to prohibit weapons in state and local buildings unless they were screening for weapons, but it was vetoed by Governor Jan Brewer because she claimed it would be too expensive. Now that's obvious BS because it wouldn't have required any change in cost except for the removal of those stupid little stickers unless they wanted to ban guns in places where they weren't currently screening for guns. And that's the core of it. I think most of us can understand why normies are worried about guns in places like court buildings where the accused mix with convicts and emotions run high. Now, even if you disagree, you have to admit it's at least understandable. And if the state wants me to leave my gun behind, they need to store it for me. And they need to do their due diligence in ensuring everyone else is complying with the policy. And they need to post armed security and competently protect me during my visit. So I think HB 2551 is really the least we can do by allowing people who have a concealed carry permit to carry in buildings which don't have metal detectors and armed guards. Next up is HB 2840, which would allow parents to leave a loaded firearm secured in their vehicle if they have to enter a school. Currently, if you need to leave your vehicle on school property, you are required to unload your gun. And that's obviously really stupid because it means you have to manipulate the firearm in your car right outside the school. First off, it's just unsafe. You should only be loading and unloading it in a safe and controlled location while it's pointed at your body armor or gun safe or a bucket of sand. Second, it would seriously ook people out if they were to see you messing with your heater before driving into the school parking lot. Leaving it unloaded with the magazine sitting right next to it isn't exactly making anyone safer either. I mean, what? They think that someone's going to break into your car and then just be totally unable to figure out how to put the thing in the hole. And the final bill I want to urge you to support is SB 1382, which would classify firearm and ammo-related businesses as essential in future states of emergency. I'm sure you remember the shenanigans pulled in some states where they tried to shut down gun stores at the beginning of the bat sniffles, even though the federal government had classified gun stores and ammo retailers as essential. This bill would bypass any of that sort of nonsense and keep gun stores open in any future declared emergency. SB 1382 has passed both houses and, as I record this, is awaiting the governor's signature. By the time you see it, it may have already been signed. If not, I want you to call Governor Doug Ducey and tell him he must pass it. Then, take the time to call some of these politicritters. Whether or not you live in Arizona, please visit azleg.gov/member roster and choose one of our fine non-GMO free-range House members to call. Then lather, rinse, and repeat as many times as you have the stomach for. Tell them to support HB 2551 and HB 2840. Tell them if they don't, you will campaign for their opposition in the next primary. And if you want to help us keep winning, please go to AZCDL.org/donate and give generously. The Arizona Citizens Defense League, just like their counterparts in all the other states, are absolute pipe hitters when it comes to defending gun rights. They are almost single-handedly responsible for the near-perfect streak of wins for gun rights in our state, including constitutional carry. If you can't afford to donate, you can still help by signing up for their email alerts, also at azcdl.org. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy watching these things because I sure like making them for you. Remember, kids,
you ain't cool unless you
subscribe to the ARFCOM YouTube channel, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay in the know on all the 2A news. If you want to help us keep bringing you banger content like this, please support the folks who support us. Not only does TNVC.com give you night vision with that cool, refreshing, never bitter taste that goes down smooth, they also have mounts, lights, and all sorts of other gear to make you the bump of the night. I love you.